So, it's no secret to anyone subscribed to this channel that the amount of videos I've made this year has been incredibly scarce. I'm not quitting, and I'm not dead, but I have had a lot of shifts in my personal life happen this year that kind of forced YouTube to take a back seat. But I wanted to make this video to let you all know what I've been planning for the future. With that said, why have I only uploaded 2 videos so far in 2024? Well, the honest answer is, I've just been burnt out. I'm extremely proud of the videos I've made, and I'd say I'm very happy with how most of them have turned out. But I would be lying if I said that the 2 speedrun history videos I made took a lot out of me. These are, in my opinion, my 2 best videos by far, but they both took a huge amount of effort to make, and doing them back to back was very draining. I was so burnt out after the Twinsanity video that when the time came around for me to start recording another video, I didn't even have a script started. On top of that, I started having problems with my video editing software that forced me to switch to a different one, only to have that one start causing me problems as well, which made me switch back to the old one, which seems to have sorted its issues out. I don't know for sure. I was able to put together the CTR rank ranking very quickly, but I think you can tell from watching it that it was pretty phoned in. I didn't make that video because I was passionate about the topic like I did with all of my other videos. I made it because I felt like I had to put something out there, and I just don't like making videos for that reason. I've been going through something similar on my Twitch as well, forcing myself to stream crash speedruns simply because I felt like I needed to do them to be successful, when the truth is I've been severely burnt out on them too for at least a year now. At a certain point, it got to be too much, and I concluded that maybe I don't need to be whatever one would define as successful. For all of 2023, I was making content as my only source of income. Earlier this year, I started DoorDashing on the side to help make ends meet, and honestly, it was one of the best decisions I could have made. I no longer feel like I'm constantly in financial turmoil, hoping that my stream really pops off or whatever my next video I make does really well, for the sake of making enough money. I have enough avenues of income coming in now that I can focus on making the content that makes me happy without worrying about whether or not it will be successful. I'm much happier approaching content this way instead of forcing myself to make what I think will do well or please the YouTube algorithm, and I'm significantly happier than I was before 2023, working a myriad of corporate hell jobs that, albeit stable, made me absolutely miserable. And in this sort of content creation enlightenment I've found myself, I've also realized that Crash is simply not as big of a passion for me as it once was. I will always love Crash, that is never changing, but there are so many other things that I love and want to make videos about. My favorite style of video to make overall, and also the type of videos I enjoy watching the most myself, are the ranking videos, and I feel like there's a limitless source of media that I can make videos out of, both as ranking videos and maybe as some other styles, that I would never try if I constrained myself to just Crash. Now, I don't want to make it sound like I'm stopping making Crash videos or speedrunning history videos forever. I still have plenty of ideas that fit either or both categories that I still want to make eventually. I just want to make those videos when I feel like it's the correct time to do so, and not simply because I feel like I need to get something out there. But as for the immediate future, I do have an entire series of videos planned for December. A couple of times in the past, I would publish a list of my top 20 favorite video games of all time on my Twitter account, 1 game per day. This idea was very heavily inspired by Cat Icarus's Cadvent Calendar series from 2016, and I wanted to tackle it again, but as a video series. And I also wanted to expand it to my top 30 games of all time to celebrate my 30th birthday this past May. Unfortunately, May was an extremely busy time for me, and I ended up pushing the idea back to the end of the year. But because I now plan on releasing it in December, I've decided to make it a top 25 list instead and make it a Christmas special. Which also means I'm inadvertently directly copying the Cadvent calendar, but I take no credit, Caddy definitely did this first. I want to be abundantly clear, I fully expect this series to flop. Daily videos that are only 3 to 5 minutes long are not the proper way to play to the YouTube algorithm. But this is a video series that I've wanted to make for several years now, and I am moving forward with it solely because I want to and I am passionate about it. And now that I'm not solely relying on Twitch and YouTube for my income, I think I can comfortably take the risk that this series will entail. I hope I can put just as much of my all into it as every other video I make, and I hope you all will still enjoy it. And with that said, there's one more thing that I think it's important I talk about, and if you follow me on other websites, you may already know this, but earlier this year I had a very big personal discovery about myself. I am trans. I originally wasn't going to directly mention this on YouTube, and instead just probably casually bring it up in a video out of fear of how some of the more unsavory parts of the comments section would react, but honestly, fuck it. I was at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament over the weekend that I decided to enter at the last minute, and I told someone there that I almost didn't come out of fear of how people would react to me being openly trans, especially if I did well and had my deck posted on YouTube. And his response was, fuck 'em. And honestly, yeah, I'm choosing to live true to myself, and if me being a trans woman upsets you or negatively affects how you view me, then don't watch me. I would much rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not. All of this ties into the last big update I have for you all. I'm changing my username. I've already done this on every other platform I use, but I wanted to wait on YouTube for the sake of giving people time to adjust to the new name. So at least through the end of the year, this channel will still be Rico KSB, but starting in 2025, it will become Kylie QB. And I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you all to everyone who stuck with me even through the drought of videos. I hope you all really enjoyed the top 25 games list that I have planned for December, and I hope you all continue to enjoy whatever I make in the future. In the meantime, you can find me on these websites, and I'll see you all later.